troubleshoot, and troubleshoot, and nothing seems to work. But we're here now. And before I start, let me get the slides up. Thank you again for people that have messaged to say, Nats, are you still going live today? I absolutely am. I'm just going to bring the slides up, get myself ready to do this. Like I said last week, this is why I do it. I may have technical issues every time I start, but when I get messages wondering where I am, it just keeps me focused and motivated to keep going, Natalie. Just keep trying, just keep trying. So, welcome everybody. It's wonderful that you're all here. I really appreciate your support. So let's get into today, because today is the last training session, training workshop until August. And I am so excited to be here. And today's workshop is one that you really don't want to miss. And I'm really glad that you're here. Assertiveness gets misunderstood all the time. Speak too softly, they ignore you. Speak too directly, they label you. But today I'll show you how to be firm, clear, and calm without being aggressive. This training workshop is practical. We're not just talking theory. You're going to walk away with language you can use, confidence you can practice, and a framework that works in any setting. I'm Natalie Smith. I coach professionals and solo entrepreneurs who want to lead with confidence, communicate clearly, and grow without burnout. If you've ever been called too quiet or too much, drop the I emoji in the chat, because this one's for you. And if you've ever struggled to speak up without sounding too harsh, stay with me. I'll show you 3 simple ways to handle that, coming up soon. All right. Most people think that being assertive, most people think they're being assertive until they realize they're just being vague, defensive, or too polite to be clear. Assertiveness is calm, it's direct, it's respectful, it's saying what you mean without shrinking and without attacking. One of my coaching clients used to always say yes in meetings, every single meeting that she attended, or in a conversation that she would have on a call. And she actually thought to herself that by her saying yes, she was a team player. But once we unpacked the reasons why she was saying yes, and I gave her language that she could use, like, for example, I hear the urgency, but I'd like to approach it differently. She started showing up in conversations and meetings with more clarity and confidence. Now, if this is something that you're struggling with, grab the free audio session, Find Your Way, Find Your Why, Get Unstuck. And as a bonus, there's also an ebook, a nice, tidy little bundle. It's going to help you reconnect with your purpose and move forward with clarity. The link is in the description below. Now, let's break down the difference and see which one sounds like you. Assertiveness isn't just about what you say, it's how you show up. Passive holds back. Aggressive pushes through. Assertive stands firm, speaks clearly, and stays calm even in hard conversations. Which one do you lean towards the most, even if it's just in stressful situations? Type it in the chat or drop it in the comment if you're watching the replay. If this is already hitting home, I am extremely happy. And I hope you're leaning towards something new and you're learning something new at the same time. And if that's the case, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out what's coming next. If you've stayed quiet to avoid conflict, I need you to keep watching. Have you ever said, I didn't want to offend anyone, or I just don't want to cause drama? Well, guess what? I've said that. That fear held me back too. And do you know why? Because for me, it wasn't about not having the words, because I'm sure you'd agree, I have a lot of words to say. It was really about the fear of me being rejected. I am very fearful of being rejected. And I've always been taught that no is not a rejection, but being taught that and hearing that is two different things. And what I needed to do is to work on rebuilding my confidence, which isn't easy for anybody. And the way I did that was reminding myself that if I'm in this conversation, if I've been invited to this meeting, what does this mean, Nat? It means that my voice is already valued. I needed to remind myself of the truth and the reality. If you've ever felt that way, grab the free ebook, Unleash Your Inner Greatness. It gives you 5 simple steps to overcome fear, own your voice, and lead with impact. The link is below. And if you're not sure where to start, don't worry, because the next part that I'm about to talk about will help you find your way back to yourself. All right, let's reflect. Take a look at these. Which ones are true for you right now? And which ones are still a work in progress? What's written here isn't to call you out. It's here to call you forward. You don't have to master all of them, but the ones that feel the hardest, the ones that usually you think to yourself, I don't know if I can do this. That's usually where the real work begins. If one stands out for you right now, feel free to share it in the chat or just sit with it quietly. Both are valid. Now, for me, one that I have been working on and I continue to work on, but I'm doing much, much better at it. It is asking for what I need without the guilt. So, how do you speak up in a way that's clear, confident, and still kind? I'll show you exactly how to do that next. Thanks for staying to find out. This is the part that I promised earlier on. You don't have to shout to be heard, but you do need to be intentional. Little shifts like saying I instead of blame or keeping eye contact, even when it's hard, can change how people respond to you. If you've ever struggled with what to say in the heat of a moment, I've got something for you. Watch the 6-step conflict fix every single pro needs. It's a full training workshop just like this that gives you real tools to handle tough conversations with calm, clarity, and confidence at work or at home. It's linked below. Now, let's switch gears. You've seen the signs. We've talked about a little language that you've now understood, and I hope you're learning, and you've explored some patterns. Now, I want you to put all of this into practice, not in theory, in your real life. What you're about to do next is simple but powerful. This is your moment to shape how you speak. This is your moment to shape how you speak up before the pressure hits. Now it's your turn. Pick one real life situation where you held back or avoided saying how you felt. Use this simple 4-step method to rewrite your responses clearly, calmly, and confidently. If you're watching the live and you're open to it, share the first line in the chat or comments. And if you're watching the replay, I need you to pause the video right now and fill it in. This is your personal action plan for the next 7 days. Now, before we wrap up, let me leave you with a quote that flips the whole conversation on its head. Are you ready? It's not always easy to believe, especially when you're being dismissed or overlooked. But this quote is a reminder for you all that your power begins with how you see yourself. Before anyone else believes in your voice, you have to. If that stirred something in you, good. This means you're ready for more. So stick with me because I've got a few more steps that will help you keep growing long after this workshop session ends. Now, here are some key takeaways. These are the habits that shift how people hear you and how you see yourself. They're not about being loud, they're about being grounded. It's just one of these if just one of these feels new or hard right now, start there. Which one feels most important for you to practice this week? Drop it in the chat. or comments. If this session sparked something for you, don't stop here. Let's keep building. Now, we want to continue your growth journey. First of all, this is the last Monday session before I take a break, but don't worry, you know I've always got you. I've left you with everything you need to keep growing. The conflict fix if if things feel tense, the audio session with the free ebook as well if you're feeling stuck, the ebook if you're ready to build back your confidence and build back real confidence. Each one's linked below in the video. Just check the description. It's that simple. What are you waiting for? And before we close, let's do one final check-in together. Check-in together. I think you already know what that is. And if you do, drop it in the chat for me. And if you're watching a replay, tell me in the comments. Hopefully you got it right. It is the stop, start, continue reflection exercise. What's one habit that you want to stop that's holding you back? What's one thing that you'll start doing to communicate more clearly and more assertively without being aggressive? And what's one thing you'll continue? Think about something that's been working over and over again. Type your answers in the chat. And if you're watching a replay, drop yours in the comments. Everything that you say, whether it's in the live chat or in the comment, still counts. And the reason why is because I want us to keep learning, leading, and growing together. You'll see very soon recommended videos on the screen. Each one is handpicked to help you keep building real life skills. Make sure you're subscribed and tap like if this workshop helped you grow. And if you know someone who needs this message just as much as you do, and just as much as I do, because I'd like to say when I put this content together, when I practice the workshop session, do you know what it does? It reminds me and reinforces so many habits that I may have forgotten about. So I'm on this journey with you too. And if someone that you know needs this message, you know what to do. Share it with them. And remember to learn, love, and live. Stay blessed. Now, before I log off, I'll quickly check the chat. Okie dokie. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate you all being here. It's been a wonderful journey doing these workshops, training sessions with you. Let me just check the chat really quickly. So I'm not seeing anybody in the live chat, but you know what I always say. I know that you're here and that you're watching and that you're internalizing and contemplating all the things that I've shared and the examples that I've shared. And if you're watching the replay and you haven't put anything in the comments, don't worry. Silence is not a bad thing. Silence just means that you're thinking, you're internalizing, and you're wondering what are going to be the next steps. So as I said, I'm taking a break and I'll see you in August with some more great content. But don't worry, I've got you, because in the meantime, starting in July, once a week, you're going to see an edited live replay of the workshops, a much more refined, streamlined session. And if you've really enjoyed the live workshops, all of the live workshops and the playlist is going to be in the link below. And also I'm going to share the playlist as well of the edited live replays, just in case you want something a bit more quicker and a bit more snappier, with a bit of music in the background and a little bit of, you know, text overlays and images, just to keep the engagement going. But what I want to do say is thank you, everybody, the ones that have always turned up, whether it's on the live or whether it's watching the replay. It means a lot to me, and this is the reason why I'll keep doing these workshop training. Thank you all. Remember to learn, love, and live, and stay blessed.